Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning. Yet another chilly morning, but not as bad as yesterday.
Yeah, and that's not surprising given the wind chill yesterday morning was 7. Even had a 4 and a 5 on wind chills yesterday morning. So this morning, generally wind chills in the upper, it's still bitter cold.
Right.
I'm not trying to downplay that, but comparatively speaking, we've turned the corner. We're beginning the climb out of the ice box, I like to call it. We'll flirt with 50 today, try to catch a 60 tomorrow, continue climbing on Thursday, some rain Thursday night. I'll talk about that warm-up, let you guys know just what I'm thinking, how warm it'll get. And we'll dig into the weekend weather right around the corner. Last weekend before Christmas, big shopping weekend. I think you're going to like the way that forecast is shaping out.
All right, awesome. But yesterday's temperatures, I thought I was like back up north. It was brutal.
And it's not often we see wind chills in the single digits here.
Right.
Maybe a few times every winter, if that. Some winters we don't see that at all. So and it's not even winter yet, by the way. The winter doesn't start till the 21st. What's it, the 16th?
16th.
So we're still 5 days away. Still got 5 days of autumn left, although it has not felt very autumn-esque. Generally, the entire autumn, the bulk of it below normal temps.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about the rest of the forecast. Some good news in terms of the forecast coming up later. Before we do get into that, though, we do have a story. Yesterday, we were tracking a fire at the historic Duncan House in Beaufort. Yesterday morning, we got those reports that it was on fire, and what a brutal morning to be battling a fire. Very frigid temperatures out there for all the fire crews, and some pretty extensive damage to that home as well.
Quite the home, too. I guess valued at $2.5 million, I think I saw, and a lot of history there. This is one of only a dozen or so with specific guidelines for historical homes, so big loss down there.
Yeah, so let's take a look at all the efforts to put out that fire yesterday.
Thick smoke filled the sky Monday as a fire raged at the historic Duncan House. A number of crews helped fight the morning fire amid freezing temperatures, meaning they had to fight ice as much as fire.
The water just splashing back and all the mist, it freezes on you and it becomes icicle. It affects about everything we're doing. It's isn't a typical firefighting operation for us. It's been the coldest morning we've had in probably 2 or 3 years.
But the damage at the historical house is more than just a caved-in roof and ashes. State historians say the Duncan House was built around 1815. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places and a piece of Beaufort's storied past.
Well, the Duncan House is iconic to Beaufort in that when the Duncan family had it, it was used not only as a residence but also as a chandlery and ship store, which is how it was able to get on the State Historic Preservation List as one of the 11 structures of statewide significance because it was the last of its kind.
For some Beaufort residents, seeing the home now in ruins is heartbreaking.
Oh, I teared up. I was just sick to my stomach.
Beaufort tour guide Sydney Smith says the home had a number of historical items like Civil War era uniforms. She says they found unique items when the home was being renovated years ago.
In this box that they found in the wall is a photograph of Al Capone and Babe Ruth smoking cigars sitting on the front street of the Duncan House.
Mayor Sharon Harker said the home's part of Beaufort's historic fabric and said the fire was heartbreaking for the town.
Absolutely devastating to see that home up in flames there. And also we were looking when the firefighters, when we got some of the video, the ice just like on their uniforms and their gear.
You don't think about, as hard as firefighting is, throw in temperatures that are around 20 degrees. That's where they were yesterday morning down there. All that water spraying into that very cold air, ice on everything, including the firemen's hats and uniforms, and it was quite a sight to see that down there. Fortunately, it looks like the house was a entire loss, it looks like.
I would have to double check, but it does seem that way, especially because so many things inside completely destroyed. But luckily, no one was inside of the house at the time, and no injuries from anyone who was battling it. So really fortunate to hear that. But of course, lots of memories lost within that home.
It's a good point, though. No fatalities, no animals lost. And bottom line, it is a structure. It's a 1815 was it built? Yeah, it's an old one, but anyway. Tough loss for the folks down there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's turn to weather now.
Yep. Let's talk weather. We'll dig into the cold details. And again, compared to yesterday, I'll walk through the park. Look at the highs yesterday. We barely made it above freezing yesterday. Normal low this time of the year is around 34, 35. That's where we peaked yesterday. The high temp 34 for several locations. Even to the coasts. Manteo never got to 30 yesterday, 28 on the thermometer. Today we'll add about 14 to that 32, 14 or 15 degrees, 47, 48 later this afternoon. And again, still well below normal. 58's a normal high this time of the year. So sunny, cold, and calmer with winds instead of gusting 30, generally single-digit winds all day. I've got a 4 to 10 there, 10 on the coast, around 5 inland, if not a little less, into the afternoon hours. And again, 48 for the high after the frigid mid-20s out the door this morning. Satellite radars, we've had a little bit of high cloudiness. Temperatures were dipping quickly at midnight, 1, 2 a.m. And then that little bit of mid-level cloudiness came in, a little breeze developed, and that generally stopped the falling temps. Most of the data was saying we'd be around 18 this morning. Didn't happen. We're bottoming out more like 24 or so, and those temperatures a good 10 plus degrees above where we were yesterday morning. Save Jacksonville, you're kind of in the same ballpark. Same thing, Kenansville. So those are the air temps out there right now. If you're getting ready to head out of your home, this is what you're stepping into, Windsor. Double deuce. Jacksonville 2-1, Kenansville 21 as well. Hatteras above freezing. That's the only site above freezing on there. Greenville showing 30. And there are some clouds over the studio. And again, a little bit of a breeze. I've got my wind map. Yep, 5-ish on that southwest flow. Those winds that you see now generally kind of staying in that ballpark all day long. So you're not going to get slapped or hit with a cold, biting wind chill today. That's done. But if you have to stand outside in that air mass for more than 5 or 10 minutes, that chill will creep into your bones. Layer up if you're headed out. Grab the hat and the gloves, the scarf as well. The feels like temp right now, and again, not a lot of wind, so the wind chill's not that low, but occasionally teens popping on that map. All right, tracking through the day today, this is hour by hour. Air temp goes from low 20s, we'll call it now, to generally upper 40s. I've got 48. I might be a little bit high with that number, but I think we'll get close to that this afternoon. And notice the wind chill is not an issue generally outside of this morning with winds at 5 or so. All right, let's see where those winds are going to head tomorrow. There's today. That's 2, 3 o'clock, so you check that timestamp. Yesterday I had 25 on there. Today 5. Much more reasonable. Tomorrow morning, here's tonight into tomorrow morning. Start off with a 5 out of the southwest. The southwest wind picks up tomorrow 10 to 15, drawing milder air on that southerly flow. So we'll take today's upper 40, throw another 10 on that, gets us close to 60 tomorrow afternoon. Seasonable, normal temps tomorrow. Still chilly in the morning. I think sub-freezing many areas tomorrow morning. And a little more moisture in the air tomorrow morning. It may get a little frost on some wind chills to start the day on Wednesday. All right. High pressure over the east coast. Again, easing eastward. So we look back to the west to see what's back there. Mild. That is more Wednesday than tomorrow. Although tomorrow, we can pop that on there. Let's take that cold off the map. There's tomorrow morning sunrise. Colder air shifts away as we try to get that high towards 60 tomorrow afternoon. I put a few more clouds on there, but no precip tomorrow. Watch the rain fill in west of us. That cold front doesn't make it here tomorrow. It stalls out. Rain starts to build. The next front will get here. Thursday, midday into the afternoon, thickening clouds. Rain knocking at the door late Thursday as we're getting out of work. But most of the data says dry until after sunset. And then that rain moves in. Stop the clock. Midnight, 1, 2 a.m. Pre-sunrise Friday. Roads getting wet out there. No thunderstorms, no wintry weather. Half an inch of rain, maybe 1/4 to a half an inch late Thursday night into Friday morning. As the front approaches, that swath of moisture will shift offshore Friday morning. There may be a sprinkle or two in the afternoon, but usually that moisture, that residual moisture, gets wrung out in the mountains behind the front. I think that'll be the case Friday. So I really think by 8, 9 a.m. Friday, the way it looks now, rain chances are gone. Clouds clear out Friday afternoon, back to blue skies. Cooler, yes. Bitter cold, no. This will not be a massive Arctic blast behind that front. In fact, the weekend looks really good. There's Saturday morning. A little frost Saturday morning, about 30 degrees, and then the afternoon, sunny skies, mid-50s. That next front kind of hanging around north of us. Let's go all the way to the middle of next week. This is next Wednesday. Yeah, Christmas Eve next Wednesday. Hard to believe Christmas is, 8-9 days away now. And you can see that's a pretty quiet weather map for most of the nation. I think the big story, the middle of next week, is going to be that push of warm air all the way to Minneapolis, Chicago, Des Moines, the Dakotas, potentially getting into the 60s, potentially. We may flirt with 70 here. I'm not saying we're going to get there, but the data suggests it's a possibility. By the time we get to Christmas, maybe a 70. So traveling looks good, unless you're headed to the Pacific Northwest or the West Coast, California as well. Low elevation rains, mountain snows out west. That's where delays could be an issue. I think even New England, those snowflakes up there, looks pretty insignificant. Alrighty, so the 8-day forecast, here's how it all shakes out for you. 48 today, 59 tomorrow, frigid start this morning, and then those highs get over that 60-degree mark Thursday. Thursday night, that's our one decent rain chance the next 8 days. Maybe a half an inch if we get there. And then Friday, adios to the rain, clouds move out. We cool to a double nickel on Saturday. Make your weekend plans. And again, I think a lot of you, if you're like me, you'll be out getting some of those gifts, getting your stocking stuffers, and no weather worries whether you're out in the morning or the afternoon. Chilly in the mornings, upper 20s, in fact, sunrise Saturday, and then upper 30s Sunday. But mostly sunny skies all weekend long. Gigi, next week, numbers dip early week, but I showed you that Wednesday map. That 56 may take a big jump Wednesday into Christmas Day. May. I got to be careful because that's getting pretty far out. Once you get beyond 7 days or so, that variability, that chance for an error in the forecast grows almost exponentially. So we got to watch that.
But still nice to see that we're going to be experiencing a warming trend very soon. I mean, today is another one of those days where we'll have to bundle up, deal with the cold weather, but always nice to see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing some good temperatures, a few dips here and there, but I mean, it's not single degree feels like temperatures.
Oh, I agree. I mean, comparatively speaking, we're headed to a good place the next couple of days. I mean, yesterday was brutal. Not many folks spent much time outside at all yesterday. This morning as well, no joggers outside. Usually every morning, the joggers are greeting us as they jog by the
Some
studio.
people are brave. I am not one of them. Yeah.
You abstained yesterday.
I did. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I mean, I told you earlier, I saw a girl just trying to walk down the road, and she had to block her face like this because it was so cold. That wind just blowing at your face is so brutal.
I think this afternoon will be doable.
Okay.
Without much wind and sunny skies, upper 40s. I mean, still no picnic out there.
Right.
But comparatively speaking, certainly better later today.
All right, great. Well, thank you for the update, Jim. And thank you all for joining us this morning. We're going to be back again at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update, so hope you can join us then. Have a good one. And good morning to Susan. We just saw your comment pop up there. Have a good one.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.